Travis, how does it feel to be back?
Man, I feel like I just came home, you know. I've been on a lot of different journeys here in the last few years. Played with a lot of teams. I think I've almost got all of them down in the American and National. And the moment I stepped back in this clubhouse a few weeks back, it felt like I never left. The guys are just amazing, welcome me in. The staff is huge, the fans, you guys. I mean, my first introduction, I was going nuts, and you know, I was fighting a little tear because it feels like I've come home.
Well, Travis, the last time you wore the Giant uniform, it was opening day 2011. You had been sent to AAA, but you were back for opening day 2011 wearing the Giants jersey for a very special day. You remember that?
Yeah, that was the day, I think it was actually a week into the season. It was opening day here at home, and I had just cleared waivers. I was assigned to Fresno. Bobby graciously told me, why don't you go down and get a workout in, but drive right back up because we're doing our ring ceremony and we would love for you to be there. So I was able to be a part of that with the rest of the team receiving our World Series rings from the 2010 season.
But now you're back and God's been at work over these last 4 years. Maybe share with these guys what God's been doing.
All right, so like I said, 2011, right at the last day of spring, got designated, went down to Fresno, trying to work my tail off to get back up here, and instead I decided to try to be athletic, play outfield, dive for a ball, and tear my labrum in my rotator cuff in my right arm. So I ended up trying to play through it for about a month, couldn't do it, had season-ending shoulder surgery. And so I went into that first off season for the first time in my life, a free agent, a minor league free agent, not knowing what was going to happen, what I was going to do. The Giants were all that I knew. I was excited. I mean, it was tough to leave here, but it was exciting to start a new phase in my life. And I was able to sign a minor league deal with the Brewers, and you know, through hard work and a whole lot of prayer, I was able to make that club and spend a whole year there. And as soon as that season ended, they designated me there. So I became a free agent again before the 2013 season. And that's when I signed a minor league deal with the Orioles, and you know, with hopes of making the club there. Well, it didn't work out, and I spent the first half of the season in the minor leagues, but just continuing to work hard and trying to get as many hits as I could. I got called up to the Baltimore team. I got to spend about 2 weeks there, and then they designated me. So then I got to come home, spend some summer days at home, which I've read recently in a USA Today article that that's the worst thing you want to do as a baseball player is see what a 4th of July looks like at home. It's a lot of fun, and but luckily was able to get claimed by the New York Yankees. So I was like, you know, that's a pretty mighty organization. You know, obviously everybody knows who the Yankees are, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be a cool chapter in my life. Caught the Sunday night red eye. Got in Monday morning, was in the lineup Monday night, struck out my first at bat, struck out my second at bat, got booed, got pinched hit for, guy hits a homer, next day hits a grand slam, 2 days later I get designated again. So now I'm back home in California for another part of the summer, and work out a deal with the Chicago White Sox, sign a minor league deal, go to their AAA in hopes that I can get called up. Doesn't happen, so I end up 2013 a minor league free agent again. Go into this offseason this last year, and Pittsburgh gives me a call and says, you know, you got a great opportunity here to get some at-bats, and we can see you helping out our club. So I said, all right, let's try it out. So go in as a minor league free agent, working hard, through a lot of prayer, I get to make the club again, make an opening day. It was great, and you know, got 2 hits on opening day and feeling good. 3 weeks into the season, we're playing a game, and they show on the big screen, Pirates just trade for Ike Davis. And I'm thinking, he's a left-handed first baseman. I'm a left-handed first baseman. In what world will I still be here tomorrow? I spent 9 innings thinking about that, and I couldn't come up with an answer, and I don't think the Pirates could either. So after the game, I got designated. And so I go back home, and it was really encouraging, though. My wife, Rochelle, she'd been reading that Jesus devotional, or Jesus Calling devotionals, and the last 2 weeks prior to that was all about trust. And so she said she had a feeling this was going to happen, and she had faith and trust in God that knew we were going to, you know, He was going to lead us to the right place. And I cleared waivers, became a free agent, and of all the teams, the last team I ever thought would ever contact me, San Francisco Giants, give me a call. I was so happy to be back on a West Coast team. At the mere thought of you know, getting a chance to come back and play here, play with all the guys, you know, that I just played with a few years back, playing in front of this, you know, you guys, this crowd. I was like, I jumped at it. I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. I'm going. And a week into my time in Fresno, trying to bunt for a hit again, trying to be athletic. It just doesn't work. I ended up spraining my finger, diving into first, go on the DL. That was the day Brandon got hit by the hand, broke his fan, and I'm just like, gosh, dang it, all right, well, God's got a plan. So go to Fresno, had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs, and finally found my way back up here.
So Travis, what encouraged you to stay focused when you were going through all those different transactions and ups and downs, and you know, really designated means you've lost your job, you're without a club, you're in limbo waiting for the next opportunity. How did you sustain through that?
Obviously staying in the Word, trusting that you know, God's got a plan for you. You know, after the third, fourth, fifth time of basically being fired, you kind of start to be curious about, all right, what does this plan entail? And you know, when I was in Fresno, of course, every day all I could think about was getting back up here, and you know, I live in the East Bay right now, so getting to be home, you know, each night after games and to be with my family, you know, that was all in my mind every single day, and so, you know, obviously when things were going really well down there, it was hard to not think about, all right, it's only a matter of time before they need me back up there, but you know, just as quickly things can go really bad, and they went bad for a lot this year for me. I had a lot of ups, I had a lot of downs, and it felt like the downs always seemed to outweigh the ups. And it got so bad that at one point this year, you know, like I said, my wife, Rochelle, she's always been my rock. You know, baseball players, we have this performance-based job, and we expect to perform. You can go 3 for 4, but that one at bat that you got an out, that's the one you're thinking about, you know, how you can do better. And you know, it's always like that for me. It's something I always battle with, but you know, I had a lot of those offers, and she's always there to encourage me, to tell me God's got that plan, to continue to work hard, to keep doing your thing, and you know, she always gets me through it. And you know, but there was a time a couple weeks ago, right before the All-Star break, where I was talking to her, I was struggling, and she was at her breaking point, and she just broke down to me. She was worried about what we were going to do. You know, I was getting to that point where I didn't know if baseball was going to work for me anymore, and you know, if I was going to have to find something else to try to support my family, my wife, my 3 kids. And you know, it was at that point where I'm trying to be her rock, and I'm trying to tell her, you know, God's got a plan, God's got a plan. And it was right there where I said, you know what, I don't know if I believe that. I don't feel like I believe what I'm saying anymore. And so we got off the phone, and I grabbed my Bible and I started reading. I couldn't focus a lick on anything I was reading, so I had to call my buddy back. I grew up in Seattle. I had to call my buddy up there, Danny, and you know, crying, just like, this is all I know. I signed out of high school. Baseball's all I've ever done my entire life. I don't know how to do anything else. I don't know what to do. And you know, that was at that moment that he reminded me of Romans 8:35. That, I mean, it's in question form, but basically, what's going to separate you from the love